U team that's just now taken up football and already has a Division I offer from Oklahoma.
Well, we saw him last year. We did a game of the week at Hennessy, and it was not very hard to figure out the kind of talent he had the first couple times that they attempted to get the ball to him. And, Millwood is just loaded all over the place with athletes, and it's going to be a fun matchup, like you said, to witness the power, the quarterback, the Bass kid on Heritage Hall's side against the athletes from Millwood. I'm looking forward to it.
Millwood participation also pretty good. I mean, they've got a ton of kids out for football there, and this could be one of the better Millwood teams that we've seen in quite a while. I was very impressed with last year. They just ran up against an equally talented Washington team in the finals, and that game could have gone either way as it went deep into the fourth quarter before it was decided.
Yeah, and we got to start. I normally don't start it this early. I think we did last week in the Choctaw Del City game because I loved the classic matchup of uniforms. But, man, both teams coming out with sweet uniform combos. Heritage Hall draped in the all-navy with the gold, and then Millwood with the traditional uniform look. I don't know who I give the edge to tonight.
Oh, it's pretty tough. I'll tell you this. You got to give huge props to Heritage Hall for the size of the numbers. You don't have to operate with glasses to see those, so hopefully we'll be able to call a pretty good game tonight. Same for the Falcons. They've had that classic look at Millwood for a long, long time. Officials in tonight's game, the referee is Corey Inman. The umpire is Brody Inman. Line judge is Sam Stingley. The linesman is Trey Elwood, and the back judge is J.D. Elwood. I guess storm chasing season is over for Corey. Corey Inman, K-County legend and storm chaser for multiple television stations in the metro area.
Yeah, he's kind of what channel is it? Channel 4's go-to guy now.
It might be. It was at Channel 5 for a while. I can tell you this, is that those storm chasers, they get a few tornadoes and they start getting pretty cocky and they try to leverage their salaries from different places. That's why the sports guys don't get paid very much.
Yeah, that is the truth. But Corey does a heck of a job storm chasing, and he also does a great job officiating. I've seen him over the years. Great crew, and obviously, he's a talented man coming from Blackwell, Oklahoma.
His dad, Jim, was also a longtime official and fire chief in Blackwell. This game tonight, I expect some points. It's not that these teams can't play some defense, but I think both teams' offense can put some points on the board.
Well, it's a great crowd, as you would expect. Heritage Hall has got a great student section. They're draped out and looks like an American flag type theme, maybe. Patriotic theme, some sorts.
Choctaw had a brand new scoreboard unveiled last week. This scoreboard here tonight is something else.
Yeah. I think if I heard right, it's the same group that installed this one, that installed the one at Choctaw. Yeah.
It looks similar.
Yeah.
The graphics package is well done. And I would also like to say tonight, this field is finely manicured. It looks like it's been rolled with a mower.
Yeah, they got a real mower somewhere in a maintenance barn for sure. I mean, this looks golf course-esque. Somebody mentioned earlier, I'm surprised that they don't have turf. I'm a big traditional grass person. I love still being able to play on the soft grass. Unfortunately, in Oklahoma, if it gets too cold too quick, that traditional grass turns into a brown color and it's harder than a rock. So,
yeah, I don't know that maybe in a week or so that the field might be in a little bit better shape, but this field is just immaculate tonight. Little breezy. We got a wind out of the south, so Millwood will be kicking into the wind here to begin the game. Teeing it up for the Falcons is Jordan Johnson, a junior. Johnson smashes it down to the 40-yard line, and a couple of Chargers are on top of it. That's why they'll start with pretty good field position. 1st and 10 from their own 40.
Well, I don't know if that was done intentionally, but it looked like they were trying to execute some type of a squib, and they almost caught Heritage off guard. Luckily, they got a good bounce. Heritage did on their end and were able to recover it.
Across the front for the Chargers tonight, it's Jack Harris at the right tackle position, Edward Johnson at the right guard, Grayson Hume at center, Zaven Freeman at the left guard, and Charlie Ganabiati at the left tackle position. Jordan Harris in motion. Bass is going to keep it himself, and he's taken down with a great open field tackle by the Falcons' Terrence Taffy.
That's what you got to do against Bass. You Great open field tackle. He had one man to beat there, and that's the situation that Heritage Hall wants to get him in every time.
Taffy did a great job of going low. Andy Bass is just a physical runner that you can see cleats in the rearview mirror.
Big
Handoff.
hole.
And a lot of attention being paid to Bass, and Barrett Travis, the tailback for Heritage Hall, takes it across midfield and down to the Millwood 43-yard line.
Big props by that line up front for Heritage Hall. They paved a big hole there for Travis to run through.
First and 10 for the Chargers. It's Bass in the pistol with Travis to his right. Bass is going to roll out, cuts up under the block from Travis, and then Bass is tackled by the Falcons after a gain of 6 yards. So the Falcons defense made him pay after a nice cut.
Cameron Carter was first there, and then a whole group of Falcons were there to make the tackle, and that's where you got to bring him down is with a group of people.
Cameron Carter was one of the more impressive players I saw a year ago in the state championship game. Had a great day against Washington, left it all out on the field. 2nd down and 5.
Nice misdirection.
Really was a good fake from the offense and an even better tackle made by Deshaun Buford, linebacker, sophomore, who wasn't fooled in the middle of the defense.
Yeah, Buford did a good job of staying home. They ran a little bit of a shovel pass, kind of misdirection, and a lot of times you can catch people over pursuing. Great job there on the tackle by Buford.
3rd down and 3. They're going to throw. You got to give a lot of ground there. What a great move to escape, and just stepping out of bounds after the reception is Rashad Smith for the Chargers and picks up the 1st down. You got to respect those receivers, and a lot of cushion there on a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, great throw and catch there. Just a simple route. Like you said, you got to respect those receivers. Typically, you're going to have extra guys in to try to stop the run game, so you're going to have a lot of ISOs on the outside tonight.
The line of scrimmage is the 19. Bass has a screen set up. It's caught, and a tackle is broken, and that is going to be a touchdown for the Chargers. He made one man miss and then went the 19 yards for the score. Rhett Davis, the tight end, on the screen.
What a great play design there by Heritage Hall. They had everybody fooled. Got the ball out to a screen, a little tight end or H-back screen. Great play.
Cal, we've got a timeout here on the field. A little windy in the booth tonight. Officials timeout. Heritage Hall drives just 2 minutes and 14 seconds on the 19-yard pass from Andy Bass to Rhett Davis.
Swinging gate set up.
Snap is good. Welker's kick is good with the healthy Breeze behind his back. Heritage Hall scores first. They lead the Millwood Falcons 7-0. We will be right back here on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Welcome back to Chargers, set to kick it off to the Falcons. Deep to receive for Millwood, Xavier Thompson. Do you want to set an over-under on this game since that drive went fairly quickly? We'll see what the Falcons can do to respond.
60, 62.
Okay, 62.
Maybe 60. Let's go 65. I'll go 65.
I'll take the over. I'll go over. Welker sends one high in the air. Fair catch is called and taken at the 24-yard line, 25, where the Falcons will set up. First down and 10. Good coaching right there. Talked about that last week. Once the fair catch is signaled for, ball is received. It's dead, depending on no matter who catches the football.
We had that scenario last week early on in the Choctaw Dell City game. It looked like one of the Choctaw players waved for a fair catch, but it didn't get seen. And those officials that were in the press box noted that.
CJ Turnbull starts second season at quarterback, only a sophomore. Went all the way last year for Millwood as a freshman. And there's a good run as falling forward for a gain of 5 is Lamar Davis, listed as a 5'9", 170-pound sophomore athlete playing the tailback position tonight for the Falcons. For Millwood across the front, Jonathan Parker at left tackle, Jordan Johnson, left guard, Jeremiah Hogan at center, Dylan Shepard at right guard, and Magnus Taylor at right tackle. And this one will be a legal procedure, wiping out the 5-yard run from Lamar Davis. We're in the same situation here tonight as we were last week with two teams playing their first game. Neither one of these teams played in week 0. Chargers scrimmage Chandler last week. Some new personnel into the ball game for Millwood. Remains Davis in the backfield with Turnbull. Turnbull going to give it to Davis again. Runs into the back of a lineman, and he's still going.
Good run.
He's around the left end, and he gains a hard-earned 5 to get the penalty yards back. But you're right. He runs hard at him, not waiting for holes to open up.
Yeah, and he really didn't have a lot there. He was just extra patient. Found a little crease to the outside and hit it hard and quick.
Millwood working on the hard count. Still 7 seconds left in the play clock. Slight change in formation. Play clock at 1 when the snap is taken. Turnbull fights forward, and he is dropped. He's dropped right behind the line of scrimmage for the Chargers. In on the stop for Heritage Hall, Xavier Freeman, number 55.
Big stop there for Heritage Hall here early on, getting a stop. We'll get the ball back. It's interesting to see that time on that possession. Nickens was not out there on that 3rd and long. Something to keep an eye on.
And they rotate a lot of personnel at wide receiver position.
In fact, it looks like Nickens is on the sideline over without his helmet.
Pressure on the punt. And it takes a Millwood roll, a really good Millwood roll, especially into the wind as the ball bounced initially around the 40-yard line and rolls all the way down to the 23. That's where they'll take over. Nickens without his jersey on?
He's got his jersey on. He just doesn't have a helmet with him. See him on the sideline, 7, about the 40-yard line. Something interesting to keep an eye on throughout this game.
Does have his shoulder pads on, but doesn't have his football pants on. So I don't know. It looks like he's probably not going to play tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
Bass drops back. He's going to go for a deep shot. He's got a man open downfield, and it's just overthrown. Jordan Harris was in the clear and ready to haul in a 76-yard touchdown pass, but the ball was just overthrown. Really a pretty pass, but not on the target.
Just a little bit too much, like you said. Just
all of the deception or creativity in this Chargers offense, and you put that together with Bass' physical attributes, and it just is really difficult to stop. There's some good defense from the Falcons, and we've called the number of 14 quite often tonight for the Falcons. Terrence Taffy comes up and makes another stop.
Great job by Taffy. Good job there by Carter to close in also.
So they have the Chargers offense behind the chains for the first time in the game. Play is run in by Carter Counts. He's a wide receiver to the right. Millwood comes to the blitz. Bass, back to pass.
Ooh.
And under pressure, perhaps fired that shot a little early for the target that scored the touchdown for the Chargers, Rhett Davis. And so it looks like we have our first stop for the Falcons defense.
Yeah, and Zaire Fisher actually slipped on that play too. So if that pass could have been completed, it could have went for a long gain.
Punt takes a bounce. It's fielded on the second hop, and a nice move. And into the open is Xavier Thompson. We've got a penalty flag down. Thompson's still not down. Thompson at the 40 and at the 35-yard line. But it looks like this one will come back at least from the 44-yard line. But some nifty running and elusivity by number 4 for the Falcons, Xavier Thompson.
Yeah, it was a great run back, and unfortunately on the edge, 34 for Millwood had his guy blocked, but he kind of turned, and when he turned, he had a hold of his uniform. Easy flag for the officials.
Pretty warm today, but the sun is behind the press box here, so you can see the shadows on the field. We have a good breeze, so not near as warm as it was a week ago in Choctaw.
No, it really, and for how hot it was today, like what you're talking about, where we're sitting at right now, it feels fine.
Screen pass.
Ooh.
And I think the rush got there a little faster than what Turnbull was expecting. Had to get rid of the ball quickly. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, and boy, if they could have completed that, Davis had a lot of green in front of him there.
Second down at 10. Split wide to the left is Xavier Thompson. Pistol formation and motion from Donovan Knight. Knight has it, breaking tackles, and Knight is still on his feet, and he's got the first down. He's a yard shy of midfield. Seeing the athletic ability of Millwood on display from several different performers so far tonight.
Yeah, what a great run there. He took multiple hits. Barrett Travis was there to make that last tackle. Otherwise, that could have been a touchdown.
It's the first down of the game for the Falcons. And we have a legal procedure, and penalties have been costly so far for Millwood. That's the second. 2 for 10 yards.
We saw a lot of penalties in that first game that we called last week. You mentioned it earlier. Early in the season, it's with, like you said, not getting the reps. Obviously, you see a lot of penalties of sloppy play, and man, they have definitely hurt Millwood on their 2 drives.
So it sets them back 5. We have Donovan Knight and Tyshawn Buford here to the right side of the field, and it's going to be Turnbull looking for Buford, and Buford sees the ball sail over his head. Good defense in the flat by Klein Reuter for Heritage Hall.
Yeah, and that time Turnbull had Buford open there in the flat. You're right, just enough coverage there by Heritage Hall to distract it, but they had an opportunity.
second down and 15. And against a defense that's talented like this Heritage Hall defense, runs extremely well. Not the biggest defense in the state, but they can all run, especially up front the defensive line. It's tough to make up those yards. Turnbull rolls out to his right again, throws it back across his body. There's coverage out there, and the pass is intercepted. A great play as Rashad Smith turned and played the ball instead of the man, and he was able to haul in that pass. Now, we do have a flag at the 39-yard line. We'll see if this is anything against the quarterback. Holding against Millwood, that penalty will be declined, and so the Chargers will take over at the 10-yard line. That's as good as a punt, Adam, but it did come on third down.
What a great job there in coverage by the outside linebacker, Rashad Smith. Unfortunately, it looks like he came down kind of awkwardly on his leg, and he's being helped off the field right now by two of his teammates.
Well, that really does it. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Looks like I get a water timeout here.
4:31 to go in the first. It's Heritage Hall on top of Millwood 7-0. We'll be back here on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you, only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Electricity.
Welcome back. 4:31 to go in the first quarter. Heritage Hall has the ball on the 9-yard line after the Rashad Smith interception. The in-game total is dropping. I mean, my 65 over is looking not so hot right now.
Yeah, maybe I should have stuck with the 62 right off the bat. So
you suckered me in. I'm in on the over 65. I got a bad number now.
we should have asked Tyler about what he thought.
We should have asked Tyler Vegas Kerr.
Ooh, nice.
Bass is going to change things here real fast. Nobody's going to catch him. Andy Bass, the state 100-meter dash champion, is gone. 91 yards for the touchdown. And he had him fooled, and that is a serious weapon, Mr. Dieselhorse.
Man, and they moved him, out of the quarterback position that time. Great play, but there is a flag on the cross side of the field, unfortunately, for Heritage Hall. There's actually two flags on the play, but golly, man, he showed his speed and explosiveness on that play, Mark.
10-5 in the 100 meters. So it's just nothing you can do once he's in the clear.
It's looking like it's obviously going to come back here. Once again, I credit the coaching staff on Heritage Hall's side with the creative play call there. And I like how they did it coming out of the timeout, too. Doesn't give you enough time to adjust to it.
Well, that is erased. That's a tough one, too. When you've run 90 yards, you got to take a breather and then go back another 90 yards.
Kudos to Millwood. Look at that crowd that's shown up now across the way. It looked a little sparse at first, but, man, they filled it up.
Got the band.
Oh, man, and their band is great. I love the Millwood band.
You're going to have the penalty tacked on of the unsportsmanlike conduct. That's not wiped out because the touchdown is wiped out. So it's going to be first down and 8 to go. I'm not sure how you do the math on those two different penalties, but anyway, I trust the Inmans. So it will be first down and 8 to go. Chargers need to hurry to get this one off. Welker lines up in the slot.
Ooh, false start.
And we have a false start. They were not on the same page just from the very beginning of that play. And Jordan Harris moved before the ball was snapped.
Well, now we're kind of seeing the sloppiness from Heritage Hall's side after multiple penalties here on these last two plays.
Bass with the handoff. It's Barrett Travis, and he's stopped. Millwood defense comes up, does a great job of penetrating. There's Jordan Johnson, the first man there, the kicker, defensive tackle.
Yeah, Jordan Johnson, man, he got held up a little bit, and Johnson finished him off. Great job there by Millwood in pursuit. With all the counter stuff and all the pulling and movement that Heritage Hall has up front, you've just got to be sound and play your spot. Otherwise, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble.
2nd and 13 to go. Bass, quick pass. Might be a hitch and go, but it was just a hitch to Rashad Smith, who made the interception. It's a pickup of about 5.
It's a great route concept there out of trips. Just to get some of that yardage back from the loss of downs and the penalty from before and make a manageable 3rd down.
Pass, straight drop back. He's going to throw it up. There's
good ball.
It's caught. This one was perfect. It's Jordan Harris. No one's going to catch him. Another long play, Bass to Harris for the score.
Yeah, great ball there by Bass. The first couple times he threw deep balls, he was just a little out in front, and this time just laid it right in the breadbasket.
Welker, side huddle, and they stopped the conversion. The pitch went to Graham Murphy. Heritage Hall trying to potentially say that was good for a conversion, but no. So to score 13-0, 3:04 to go in the first quarter. It's all Chargers so far. We're back with more on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
At Maples Nixon Duke.
Welcome back. Pop Murray Field here at Heritage Hall. Tyler Vegas Kerr. Excited to see Utah in the end zone on the first play of the game tonight. We need to get Tyler's picks tonight for the weekend.
Me too. I love the nickname. Tyler Vegas Kerr. It's good. I like it.
Adam and I arrived by car tonight, and Vegas arrived by limo. Security detail in full effect. Another pop-up kick. This one's going to bounce, which could cause all kinds of problems. And I think the Falcons were able to get on it, but there were some tense moments there for Millwood. Can't let that thing bounce.
No, especially when it's lobbed up like that. What a great job by the kicker to drop it in that kind of soft spot in the return for Heritage Hall. Got to give a shout out to my niece down there cheering on the Heritage Hall side, Emery Dieselhorst. She's doing a fantastic job. I'm not much of a cheerleading connoisseur, but so far I don't think my analysis of her has been spot on. She's done a really good job so far.
They've got quite a squad here. They're going to have to do high kicks for every point that they score, so got to be in pretty good shape. Handoff goes to the I-back in the Millwood offense, Lamar Davis, and he is stopped. Thrown back for, really, it's no gain. Stop.
Those 3 big men up front for Heritage Hall, those 3 down linemen are causing all sorts of problems, making it very easy for those guys on the second level, those linebackers for Heritage Hall to make plays.
Turnbull was able to draw the Chargers off. The aggressiveness of the defensive line will cost 5 yards. Pick 5 of that back up.
Just got a text message from Robert Bernard, the head coach at Fairview. He told me that he just watched Bass on the long run. He thinks that when he was in high school, he could outrun him. The pride of Hollis.
Turnbull is being blitzed. He's still under heavy pressure.
Good
Throws
ball.
a nice pass, and the ball is caught and then dropped after the contact from the Chargers secondary. It's a good play to come up and provide defense from Heritage Hall. Number 22, Carter Counts.
Yeah, great play by Counts. Good ball by Turnbow. He had all sorts of people behind him trailing him, and he stuck his feet in the ground and threw a good ball.
Turnbull going to throw a screen, and it is well defended. Jamarian Franklin was the receiver. He gets the ball to the 28-yard line, but this is going to be 4th down and about 6 to go.
Just a great sound play there by Barrett Travis. He sees the screen develop. He gets around the blocker and makes the tackle for a minimal gain.
Chargers are going to take their time here. I don't really anticipate that they will be going for this inside their own 30-yard line.
I think Millwood's going to want a timeout.
They'll take a timeout to think about it. We will take a timeout to give our sponsors a chance to inform you of the great things that they have going on. We'll be back with more here on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
At Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, and we are here to help.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Welcome back. Looks like Millwood has decided it will punt the football, at least for now. 4th down and 5 to go from the 28. Falcons kicking into the win. That's a great kick. Got a big roll earlier, and this one is the same. Will not be able to be returned, and they flip field position there where the Chargers taking over at the 28.
And obviously, at this point here, early in the first quarter, if you're Millwood, you really need a stop here.
Jaden Nickens warmed up tonight. He's on the sidelines. We expect him to potentially come in the second quarter after some potential issues over the summer for some nature. So we'll see if we see him here in 1:04. Motion from Jordan Harris, and Harris is going to take the handoff. He's into the clear, and he's got a first down. A gain of, I'm going to mark him just shy. 9-yard gain. Well, they're going to give it to him. 10 yards. First down, Jordan Harris on a reverse.
First and 10 here to talk.
So many weapons on the Heritage Hall side. It makes it super tough. It stresses the defense, and then next thing you know, they got Bass carrying it up the middle, and he's a load and the fastest guy on the field, too.
Bass drops back to pass. Has a spy underneath. That's a good defensive play. Josiah Woods reached across and knocked the ball away. I think they're going to get him for either hold or pass interference. I'll tell you what, it's close to really good defense.
Yeah, it looked that way to me, too, as well. I think they're going to talk about it here, but
pass interference against the Falcons. First and 10 Heritage Hall.
Chargers are on the move again. They've got it into Millwood territory, just across the 47-yard line. Harris takes the pass from Bass and runs out of bounds near the marker. So whether it's by penalty or reverse or conventional pass, Heritage Hall is picking up big chunks of yards on this drive.
Yeah, it's coming very easy for them. Outside of just getting a penalty here and there, there have not been very many negative plays for Heritage Hall when they've got it.
Bass rolls to his left. He got a man wide open. Boston Fuller makes the reception. He's tackled at the 31-yard line.
Puts that out by Xavier Thompson. First and 10 here at all. On the Millwood 31-yard line.
Likely be the last play of the first quarter. Bass is in the pistol. Throws received by Harris. Harris has got another reception. Gain of about 6 yards, and that will do it for the first quarter. We've played 12 minutes, and it's been all Heritage Hall. The Chargers are threatening, already on top 13-0 over the Millwood Falcons. So we'll be back with more on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
This is game time.
Welcome back to the Squirtle Game of the Week here at Heritage Hall High School. Chargers are moving the football. They've got it deep into Millwood territory.
to be Mr. Obvious here, but this would be a big possession for Millwood to get a stop, because if you get a stop and keep it to 2 scores and you can get some offense going, as we see Nickens back in the game for Millwood, that's going to obviously build your confidence and close the gap on what seems to be a game controlled by Heritage Hall so far.
I'll tell you this, I have never seen a player wear shorts on the football field, and that's what Nickens has on tonight. There's Bass. He's looking deep. He's got a man in the corner of the end zone.
Ball.
It's a touchdown. What a pass. In the back of the end zone, Rashad Smith catches it. 27-yard touchdown, and Bass has thrown 3 tonight.
And that was a great ball by Bass. Man, he just put it right out there in the only spot that his man could go get it. And another touchdown for Heritage Hall.
Smith has an interception and a touchdown catch. Snap a little high. Welker is able to kick it through into the wind. 20 zip. Millwood will get it back. We'll see if the Falcons can muster some offense here in the Squirtle game of the week.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond, with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Anger, anxiety.
Welcome back. Heritage Hall set to kick it away. They will be going into the wind here in the second quarter. Millwood struggled against the deep ball in the first quarter. This kick is high and up in the air. Zaire Fisher, heck of an athlete, played basketball on the back-to-back state championship team. He gets lit up right at the 25-yard line, but a good return.
Well, and the most impressive thing so far in this game, we talked about it. We talked about how we thought there'd be a lot of points. But, man, Heritage Hall, obviously Heritage Hall has been very impressive on the offensive side, but really defensively, they've impressed me a ton. I know that, obviously, Millwood played that first quarter without Nickens, but they couldn't really do much, Mark. I don't know what – maybe they had only probably 1 or maybe 2 first downs the whole first quarter.
And the penalties cost them.
Yeah.
They really just haven't been able to pick up chunks of real estate the way that Heritage Hall has in the game so far. Motion from Xavier Thompson and another penalty. This is timeout for the Chargers. No penalty there, so it will be 1st and 10. The Chargers are going to talk things over. It's their first timeout of the game. Each team has now used 1.
You talked earlier on, Mark, about the numbers that Heritage Hall has. That's another thing. You're seeing some guys up front go both ways, but, man, Heritage Hall's got a lot of different skill guys they can rotate in and out. So they're playing a lot of fresh guys, which is, really helpful in a game like this when you're going up against the kind of athletes that Millwood has.
Well, and especially with they've got a big freshman class to pull from as well. And we did have a little bit of a late arriving crowd tonight. To be honest, it's 7 o'clock start. I prefer that. That's what you're going to see most of the year. A little bit early at this point in the season, but it is filled up here. And we have almost a capacity crowd.
Yeah, it's a great crowd. I agree with you. Early on, I was a little bit worried, but, man, it's filled up.
And then varsity and JV will be at Mount St. Mary on Thursday, while middle school stays home against Dove Science Academy. Finally, middle school and JV football will be traveling to Community Christian on Tuesday, and your varsity football team will be back in action next Friday
Turnbull, motion from Thompson. He drops straight back to pass. He's got to rush from the edge. He's going to have to get away from Hillman Brown, and he's unable to do that. Good pressure from the backside of Heritage Hall, eventually caught up with Turnbull.
Yeah, and that, like we talked about, that front line for Heritage Hall has been great. And they've rotated some of those guys out of there, brought in a couple new guys, and they've been able to stay fresh up front.
Second and 10. Again, Turnbull fires. Oh, that ball bounced off the hands of the intended receiver, which was Chance Davis, and it popped up in a way that could have been 7 points real quick.
Yeah, and the concepts that Millwood's running, just some quick stuff out on the edge to try to get some confidence. But everything is rushed right now for Millwood. They just need to kind of, relax a little bit and let the plays come to them. But very impressed with Heritage Hall defensively so far.
Turnbull looks for Nickens. That was pretty well covered by Gerard Williams for Heritage Hall. I think that took Nickens by surprise that ball came towards him so fast.
Yeah, and it was obviously well overthrown there, too, that time. Not a great offensive possession again by Millwood. Heritage Hall, who has not been stopped the whole game yet, is going to be getting this ball back here with a lot of time left in the first half.
Jordan Harris is the deep man to receive the punt. Millwood has done a good job punting away the football. Zaire Fisher is their punter. That one's going to bounce and roll again. Fisher's really been able to get a good roll off of his kicks, and that'll start at the 38-yard line. A lot of rivalry games this week. We got Norman and Norman North going tonight in the Crosstown Clash. Week 1 features some great contests. Deer Creek taking on Edmond Memorial. That'll be a good ball game.
See if we can get some of those scores real quick. Del City leads Booker T. Washington 27-0 at halftime. Look at this. El Reno leads Piedmont 6-0.
Bass in the pistol, and he's going to throw, and he's just a little over the top, incomplete, intended for Jared Williams. It's a big lead for Del City, bouncing back against Booker T. Washington. A little better defense for Millwood. Put some pressure on Bass again. So this brings up 3rd and long.
And I really thought last week watching that game, Del City has a lot of talent. They really have a great team. Obviously Fields, who won you guys' player of the week, he was electric. But, man, they've got a lot of weapons in the secondary. And, River Warren being there now, man, they're going to be a load.
I agree. I think that it looks like to me that could be a crash course between Lee and Carl Albert and Del City. It's a great play. Bass is able to get it forward in a first down for the Chargers. The pass in the flat to Welker. So much pressure with Bass rolling out, and Welker, great spacing between he and the quarterback in the flat. Just not enough. Too much field to defend for the Millwood defense.
And you've mentioned it multiple times here, just all the different looks that Heritage Hall gives you. It makes it so tough because, then if you want to run power game stuff like right there, they can do that too as well. You've always got to worry about that threat.
That tackle was made by Deshaun Buford. Buford was right there to make a good tackle. there isn't a weakness on the Heritage Hall offense.
No.
I mean, they have multiple weapons on the outside. They have one of the state's very best playmakers in Bass.
Oh, and I really like this tight end that they caught that first touchdown. Big kid, number 34, Rhett Davis.
Bass is looking for a hole, and he falls forward and gets a gain of 5. Sets up a third and very manageable.
You know, and that play right there is another representation of something after a while. That is not fun having to tackle Bass out in the open field when they run that QB sweep.
Have to get the ball to the 40-yard line for the first down. Bass looks to his left, rolls to his right, and throws the ball over the middle of the field. And Nickens puts a late hit on Boston Fuller as the ball was there, look where it was thrown a little high. And so this will bring up 4th down and 6. Certainly, I think within the ability of Heritage Hall to pick up on a 4th down.
And that time, Bass just kind of didn't get his feet set very good because he was being rushed from behind. The ball kind of sailed on him, but good job there in coverage by Nickens for Millwood.
Officials timeout. We've got an equipment issue with Millwood.
So, Mark, what are your thoughts on El Coyote?
El Coyote tonight. I said the best thing from New Mexico is the enchiladas. They were great tonight. We went with the red sauce instead of the Christmas style, and it was fantastic. You had a burger.
It was good. I did the green chili burger.
It was the gringo order.
It was good. I mean, I was having flashbacks from the Elkland when I used to make my ski trips out to Taos. So I had to go with it, and I did the fried egg on top.
There's some fine food. There's definitely some fine food in northern New Mexico. I think we've chosen well the last 2 weeks.
Nice play call.
Pass in the flat and still running his Welker. It's a first down of the 4th and 6. Cal Welker crosses the 25-yard line to the 24.
What another just great concept there by the offensive staff for Heritage Hall. Using so many different players, so many different weapons, puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Clock ticking, 8:24 to go in the first half.
Could be a power run here. Oh, I'm wrong.
It's hard to guess. That's a great open field tackle. Coming up to make the stop for Millwood is Xavier Thompson.
I saw him load the backfield, and I thought they're going to run Bass behind those two guys. But
I mean, it's tough for us up here. Imagine how tough it is for the guys down there on the field because you're having to deal with a lot of fakes and misdirection. And this for game 1. I mean, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but the coaching staff at Heritage Hall, Brett Bogert, Andy Bogert, who's sitting next to us here in the press box, phenomenal.
Well, I think the other thing, too, when you got a senior quarterback like Bass, you can install a lot of this stuff. And all these kids obviously make it look pretty easy, but they're running all this stuff out of about 20 different formations, too. So, Mark, what do you think about that sign right there? Cheer, the student section sign. There's a guy with a megaphone, and it says cheer or go sit with your mom.
I think that they're got a large student section here tonight, and they even have a megaphone and strongly urging and potentially even pointing out people that we're going to be ejected and sent over to sit with their parents, which love moms, but at the football game, you kind of want to do your own thing, I think, when you're in high school.
I love the creativity and the student involvement. We see that more and more at a lot of these games that we go to. I think it's really, really cool to see student sections and those that don't play the actual sport really buy in and get involved. And you're seeing that, like I said, more and more. I know a lot of these schools, you see their videos out on social media of their pep rallies. And I think it's just a great way to get everybody engaged in the games.
Yeah, theme nights, like you said, it's a very patriotic theme night here for the opener.
I think you mentioned Eddie Radosevich. I think I see him down there in the end zone. Is that him down there?
Yes,
yeah.
Eddie is there by the pylon. Always big crowd surrounding Edward.
Eddie frequents the Squirtle Network. He's been on a handful of times and helped us out, do some pick-em shows.
Picked last year,
Yep.
right?
Yep, year before as well. Looks like Channel 9 is down there. The corner of the end zone as well.
We have a heavy media presence. There's several cameras. Hunter Shepard came up earlier tonight, was regaling us with stories and tales of all the teams in Oklahoma.
If you don't follow Hunter Shepard on Twitter, you need to.
This is never seen that many penalty flags fly at once. Simultaneous false start. Hey, you got to also look at across the way, the great participation from the Millwood cheerleaders.
Yep.
Pep squad, band, drum line. It's all been fantastic here tonight.
And I know I've mentioned it once before, but there might not be a band as good as Millwood's in the state. I'm a big fan of them. So, and when they play, they play. You can hear them.
They've out-tubed their Class 2. The Class 2A to have about 6 tubas is big. Little short screen pass for Jordan Harris. Picks up a lot of the penalty yardage and even more and sets the Chargers up with a third and very manageable 3rd and 5.
And once again, just, making it manageable, like you said, picking up chunks of yards every time. You obviously know you're in a 2-down scenario here to pick up 5 yards. And so, getting about 8 or 9 of that makes it much more manageable here.
And they're just coming at you at waves personnel-wise. Travis is offset. He's going to block for Bass, and he's looking for somebody to block, and Bass falls forward for the first down. We've got a penalty flag right at the 18.
That's going to be a hold on 52 by Heritage Hall.
Maybe one of the reasons why there was so much space.
That was Jack Harris. Jack did a good job of getting out there on the edge, but unfortunately he grabbed too much jersey and brought his man down with him. So it's a battle over in your old part of the country. Hominy leads Cleveland. We called that game last year 15-0 early in that game.
Cleveland had to be rolling in with some confidence after taking a victory out of that Pitt Wheeler Houston Field in Blackwell last week. A lot of late substitutions. You got a tight end in for a guard. Bass is able to get it off to Travis. Travis has got an angle, and he gets past Nickens, and he gets the first down. Gain of 13 for Barrett Travis. What did your brother have the line of this game last night?
I believe he said, did he say 12? Heritage Hall, 12?
I don't remember.
Or was it? It was 8. I think it was 8.
Billy Walters may have hit the Diesel Horse scorebook sportsbook pretty hard.
We should ask Vegas Kerr over here.
He doesn't dabble in the high schools. Only the colleges.
Ooh, there's that little
shovel pass again.
If you were an OU fan in the mid-2000s, that play right there will give you nightmares. That adjustment that Florida made at halftime against them, and they ran that play to death in that national championship game.
Clock running here, 6:12 to go in the first half. Heritage Hall on the move again. It's 3 touchdown passes in this game so far for Andy Bass to 3 different receivers. Bass makes a nice move, steps in and out, and he walks into the end zone for a touchdown. It's Andy Bass's 4th of the night. Some good teams in Class 3A. Lincoln Christian, very good team. Heritage Hall has had their battles with Lincoln the past couple of years. Of course, they beat Metro in the finals a year ago, but it's going to be tough to wrestle the goal ball away from these guys.
Yeah, just a very, very complete team. Like you said, a lot of depth, a lot of different weapons, and then obviously, one of the best players in the state that's accounted for all 4 touchdowns so far.
Welker for the extra point. Kick is up. It's good. 27-0 in favor of Heritage Hall. 5:59 to go in the first half. We'll be right back on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Heritage Hall 27, Millwood 0.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief. These are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkunpregnant.org. That's thinkunpregnant.org.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider?
Welcome back, 27-0. Heritage Hall will kick this off into the wind. Welker has it teed up. Deep to receive for the Falcons, Lamar Davis and Xavier Thompson. He boots it deep. Millwood will have to retreat for this, and it looks like a nice wedge. There goes Zaire Fisher. Zaire Fisher still running with the football and gets across the 27-yard line. Like one of the Heritage Hall players maybe have gotten the wind knocked out of him. I'll tell you this, you have to give it up for the Chargers for their strength and conditioning. If you look at even the linemen are really in a really very good shape.
Yes, I would agree.
Glad I didn't come here. I would have had a 50 number instead of the 30 number.
First and 10 Millwood from their own 26-yard.
See if the Falcons can get going here on offense. Turnbull, nice fake. Hands it to Davis. And Davis is tripped up. A gain of a couple, but there's a penalty flag back right where the handoff took place, and it looks to be holding against the offense. So they'll mark off 10. Did you have a chance to check out the Blue Moon last night?
I didn't, but I heard a lot about it, and I think I failed miserably because I do live in a part of the state where it would have been extremely visible, but I failed miserably.
Might have been able to walk or hike up to the top of the Gloss Mountains and get a great view of that.
That's true. But I did see a lot of posts about it.
Turnbull looking for Nickens, and it's incomplete. Chargers are very aware of where Jaden Nickens is. Have a Falcon down on the field and see what happened to Xavier Thompson. While Thompson is down, we will take a quick break here. 5:32 to go. The first half, it's all Heritage Hall, 27-0.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst.
I think we touched a nerve with the official line maker for Squirtle, Jake Dieselhorst, saying that his formula was 15 on this game, and it may have been a little bit off. I'll tell you what, always kind of like taking some shots at the line maker, but I thought this game would be way more competitive, and I thought Millwood would be scoring some points here in this game, and they may still, so it's a little early, but the Falcons have not been able to get out of their own way with some penalties, and we'll see what happens here, but they certainly have the players to make this close.
Ooh.
And there's going to be pass interference on the Chargers, so that'll be a first down. Well, not a first down, but it'll be a penalty that gets some of that yardage back off the hold. I wouldn't have been surprised if this game, matter of fact, I would have thought that this game would be no more than within 2 scores for sure.
I would have thought the same way. I think maybe you called it on the show last night. You thought that, Heritage win by 10 or so, somewhere around there, but I'm with you. It has been all Heritage Hall tonight. In fact, Millwood has been able to get really very little going, and Heritage Hall has had no problem every time they've had the ball scoring. It's hard to take somebody serious whenever they reference Highland Cottage cheese in part of their conversation as it pertains to the Chandler Lions. So
I'm with them on that. I've always been a big fan of cottage cheese, and the Highland cottage cheese is excellent, but there is other, again, I don't want to give away the trade secrets, but are you getting the same stuff?
Are you a cottage cheese and peach guy? My grandma did that a lot.
I'll tell you what, you could put a pear in some cottage cheese or pineapple.
I like a tomato in cottage cheese with some salt and pepper.
I don't like a tomato anywhere unless it's chopped up, unless it's indistinguishable. It's the only way I like a tomato. I'll tell you what's underrated is putting some Chinese noodles or croutons in cottage cheese.
Ooh, I like it.
Much better than a tomato, you sicko. That was called on Millwood. I don't know about that pass interference penalty. There's Davis, and another hold is called, so penalties are just piling up for the Falcons. Looked like to me that was more of the defensive ilk on the pass interference penalty, but
well, and that was easy. That was an easy call there. I mean, you saw his jersey get pulled.
I think the Heritage Hall student section is on TV.
They are. I think they made the news. Look, Mom, we made the news. Well, it looks like Pond Creek is getting right after their loss the first week, up 32-6 over Deer Creek Lamont. Laverne has beat Pioneer at halftime, 50-0. Pioneer, they went head-to-head with two juggernauts their first 2 weeks of the season, been 45 by both teams, Shattuck and Laverne.
Like 4 plays and 4 penalties, or 3 plays and 3 penalties.
Yeah, that's rough
for the Falcons. And no time of possession off the clock. They're just going to give it right back to this juggernaut offense of the Chargers. Boy, that was a great catch coming up to make it by Jordan Harris, who called for the fair catch. But the Chargers have it at the 45-yard line. Early on in life, now I'm the sicko, but I did not ever eat a salad until I was in college. So when I have to go through the salad bar, it's very slim pickings. You had to go with the cottage cheese, the Jell-O, any kind of fruit salad that they had might be pretty good, especially the really like the sugared up fruit salads, you know?
I'm with you.
Pass, back to pass, going deep. Has his man.
Oh, good ball.
Really good defensive play right at the very end. But that ball was dropped right in the hands to Jordan Harris.
I'll tell you, one bright spot for Millwood has been Terrence Taffy. He has been a player. He's been all over the place, making some great plays in the open field and also making some good plays out there in coverage.
Taffy, a senior. This Millwood secondary can really run. It's got a lot of experience. Second down and 10. Bass. Really a good job to kind of slow Bass down. He's not easy to tackle. Tommy Fisher, the linebacker, slowed him down enough where he can only pick up a couple. Third down and 9 to go. Bass fakes the handoff. He's going to drop back. He's got a man underneath. There's another great route concept, as you mentioned, just breaking that off inside. Jaden Nickens comes up to make the tackle, but not before it's a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, in that time, they have been doing such a good job of getting people on the skinny posts and verticals, and they just drug somebody across the middle of the field wide open. Great play. Great ball by Bass.
Carter Knowles on the reception for the 12-yard gain in the first down. Keeps the clock moving. Bass hands it off. Running to the left is Vogel. Bladen Vogel.
Cameron Carter on the stop. Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Called Cameron Carter's name a bunch, too. He's a great player there inside for Millwood.
Carter wearing number 6. 5'11", 220-pound junior. Still has quite a bit of eligibility to go here. Bass drops straight back. Perfect pocket. Just clean as can be. It's another first down. A strike thrown into the arms of Vogel, or Knowles, excuse me.
To the 17-yard line. 1st and 10, Heritage Hall.
Well, and if Millwood's unable to get any kind of pressure on Bass, he's too good at making all the different throws, and it's just pretty easy right now for them on the offensive side.
Hillman Brown picks up some equipment. Motion from Smith.
Oh,
Smith loses the football, and it's picked up, almost picked up by the Falcons, and that was Carter, who looked like he might be going the other way for a score, but the Falcons have come up with the first turnover of the football game on their side of things, and will take over at the 25, thwarting another Heritage Hall touchdown drive.
And I think that was a situation where wasn't sure if the ball was going to be handed off or if he was going to pull it. Like you said, the timing part of that. But, man, you're right. Carter had a lot of green in front of him. And at least if you're Heritage Hall, you take a little bit of a deep breath knowing that you get the tackle there on the fumble.
You think things have changed since we played until today when it comes to pick the ball up and try to make a play or just fall on the ball, right?
I was always taught to dive on it.
Now it is, and I think it's the right thing to do. Make a play. Pick that up and run with it.
I agree. Things have changed since salad bars during our time, too.
They have.
There's a lot of options on the salad bars nowadays.
There's meat on salad bars now. That's fantastic.
I mean, it was pretty much lettuce, carrots, broccoli, and Catalina dressing. Everyone had Catalina.
I really don't know what's in Catalina dressing today, but the color of it tells me likely there's mayonnaise. I'm going to steer clear. You don't hear anybody order French dressing anymore either.
No, you don't. That's kind of a dying breed.
Turnbull has no one open. I think we're going to have a
hold.
holding penalty. He threw that ball, rifled it into some really good coverage in the Chargers secondary. But, wow, Chargers have him covered up. There was no one available to throw to.
Well, they're able to get a lot of pressure and push up front with just 3 guys, and they're bringing somebody off the edge every time. And so, I mean, they're essentially dropping 5 or 6 guys into coverage every time.
One of the great men of all time, or women, was the first person to decide to put a big block of cheese in a salad bar. Really nowhere for it to go on the salad, know, but it's just.
But cheese really goes with everything.
Yeah, it does.
You see that score just run across there? How about Little Kansas, 14, Colcord 8? It's an interesting score.
Kansas had a big win last week. You're right. That would be an upset. Turnbull, nice move.
Good move. This could
Really
go.
good move. This is a great run. Turnbull is into the clear. Biggest play on offense for the Falcons all night, and Turnbull made several people miss. He could have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage if not for a little dip in and hit to the outside. Big gain.
And that's obviously big plays. That's what Millwood needs. They need to just catch a few breaks here and there and stop hurting themselves with penalties. Try to get a score here before the end of this half.
Really showed his athletic ability on that play. Turnbull, 6'2", 175-pound sophomore. Started all the way last year for the Falcons. Davis. That ball is thrown backwards. That ball is smartly jumped on by Davis. Be a slight loss on the play.
When we talked about it, Millwood just, there's too many mistakes. You have penalties and then, a incomplete pass behind the line of scrimmage. You lose 2 yards. Clock's ticking here.
Timeout. Chargers burned their last one here in the first half, 125. There was something there that they did not like in the defense. And we'll take it with them. So, Falcons have something going. They're in Chargers territory, trying to get back in this one. 27-zip, 125 to go in the first.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then Next Gen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. NextGen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started, 405-308-3324, or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a...
Welcome back. 125 to go. The guy with the megaphone has informed the student section that they will not be leaving. He is a taskmaster.
Love it. I love the leadership from the student section.
I'm scared to move. 2nd and 12. Turnbull fakes to his left, going to throw left and out and up for Nickens, and that is going to be some interference. Yeah, and good call. Nickens gets the call, and that's 10 more yards for Millwood.
Well, take it any way you can get it if you're Millwood right now. And a big penalty there puts them into, better spot to possibly get some points here on the board with 1:17 to go.
Yeah, this is the deepest penetration so far of the night, which, again, you think, hey, we'll take this. But clearly they need some points if they want to feel good about anything going into halftime. Ooh. Turnbull under heavy rush, just throws that one up. He got hammered from the backside blitz. It was Blade Vogel that made the initial contact.
Well, and Heritage has done a really good job of not having to bring people, and now with a little bit of success, you see them bring a guy off the edge. Millwood doesn't pick it up, and Turnbull has to get rid of it quick. How about Covington Douglas up 48-12 over Medford?
Medford, a lot of people's pick to be a Class C team to watch this year.
It looks like Heritage is bringing pressure this time on our side of the field. See if they make an adjustment.
There's not enough out there to block those guys. Delay a game.
The 34-yard line.
Chargers playing games with who's going to come and who's not. And that ball, looked like each of the defender and the receiver trying to make some adjustments. Carter Counts was out there defending on the pass. And it's now 3rd and 15 for the Falcons. 1:06 to go.
Carter Counts. 3rd 16.
Millwood will spread the formation. They have a lone receiver to the wide side of the field, 3 to the short. Turnbull's going to go that way and finds his man Xavier Thompson, and Thompson's going to have the first down. Or at least close to the first down. Maybe say he's going to step out a yard short, and really no decision here but to go for it. Fourth down and a yard to go. Looks like Falcons have special formation here.
Little diamond.
It's the quarterback sneak, and they're going to have to use the diamond to push the quarterback forward, and they've got it easily. Clock will stop, all the chains move. Millwood does have 2 timeouts here to utilize before the half.
Well, that's a big first down there if you're Millwood. They looked stuck again and made the big pass play and converted here. And let's see if Millwood can knock it into the end zone here. They got about 15, 16 yards to go.
And Millwood will call a timeout. 48 seconds to go. We'll take a break with them. 27-0 Heritage Hall, but the Falcons are threatening.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and range land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan.
Welcome back. Falcons trying to get lined up here off of the timeout. Drop back. There's the handoff. And It goes to the second man through. We've got another penalty, but just into the game for the Falcons. Making a nice run was Anthony Keys. Freshman Anthony Keys. This one's coming back. Keys showed some ability. Penalties again. Last week there were many penalties in that game, and thought we might see a few less tonight, but it's not been the case.
Yeah, and you're obviously, if you're Millwood staff, you just got to be really disappointed because it seems like anytime you get anything going, you get a penalty.
Clock is running with 30 seconds. Keys in the backfield next to Turnbull. Just beating their man on a great rush, and a host of Chargers are back there to get the sack of Turnbull at the 38-yard line.
It's 55 there on the sack. I believe that was Freeman again.
Freeman did a great job. He just blew right past his man and got to the backfield. Xavier Freeman, great athlete. And let's see if the Falcons decide, well, they're going to get a timeout here, but there's not going to be much time left to go. Well, first time to see Andy Bass play in person. Saw all the statistics from a year ago in games in which he's just piling up 6-7 touchdowns and yards, all kinds of different ways, and he looks impressive.
Yeah, hasn't disappointed here tonight. And all of a sudden, maybe the most explosive play of the game got called back, too, the 95-yard touchdown run. So he's definitely played the part. I'll tell you, he throws the ball very well. And, you know, a lot of the highlights that I've seen are good throws, but mostly of him running the ball. And tonight it's been him throwing the ball. That's been very impressive.
So we'll have one more play here in the first half. Crosstown clash in Norman. The Timberwolves on top 7-0 over the Tigers. Eagles looking really good tonight. East Central over Hale 19-7. Battle on the east side of Tulsa. El Reno still on top of Piedmont 6-0. El Reno scored 64 points a week ago. Scoring 6 tonight, but it's enough to give them the lead over Piedmont. What's a really good rivalry. Russell Cook joined us on the middle of the day show this week. He said they're going to continue that in the non-district, El Reno and Piedmont, for the next couple of years. Elk City over Bridge Creek 20-8. Hominy over Cleveland 23-6. More scores coming your way, courtesy of Squirtle. Got to watch for Jaden Nickens to the top of your screen. Turnbull steps up in the pocket, throws over the middle, and the ball is dropped, thrown just a little bit behind Xavier Thompson, and that will take us to halftime. It's been all Heritage Hall here, a touchdown run and 3 touchdown passes from Andy Bass, the Chargers quarterback. We'll take a halftime break and come back with the conclusion of this one here on Squirtle's Game of the Week.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you, only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Electricity. That's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkunpregnant.org. That's thinkunpregnant.org.
you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then Next Gen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. NextGen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started, 405-308-3324, or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and rangeland, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you, only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkunpregnant.org. That's thinkunpregnant.org.
you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then NextGen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. NextGen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started, 405-308-3324, or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and rangeland, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you, only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with
Welcome back. Second half about to get underway here at Heritage Hall. And the Chargers will be kicking it off to the Millwood Falcons.
Millwood will receive, start the second half. Heritage Hall kick. Cal Welker with the honors.
Adam's second half here, Millwood. Try to just get anything going, maybe some time of possession. I think probably the first thing they need to do is eliminate some of the mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's obviously it. I mean, Heritage Hall is going to be making it tough. I mean, of all things that have been impressive in this first half, I think the defense by Heritage Hall has been the most impressive thing. But Millwood really needs to get a drive and get some points on the board.
Some running room over there along the Millwood sidelines. And a great run, and stepping out of bounds is Xavier Thompson. And I'm sure Coach Franklin had a lot to say to those guys at halftime about, look, hey, we need to probably come out here and just make a little bit better, have a little bit better representation in the second half.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, I mean, like right there, you get a big play, you get a kick return, put some points on the board and get a stop. And, you know, you're still in this thing. I know down 4 scores, but, you know, we've seen a lot of teams score quick with the way these offensive are now in high school.
So it's Turnbull back out at quarterback. And he has running back to his right, motion from Jaden Nickens. And it looks like this may be a little bit of a busted play, and Turnbull is just driven back. Don't know if that ball was supposed to go to Nickens underneath. Ton of Chargers back there. Yeah, look at the defensive line for Heritage Hall. And again, there's just no fat on these guys.
No.
Hillman Brown has got a half shirt on playing in the defensive line. Trying to show off the abs. Keys, the running back, and again, motion from Nickens. And Keys gets the handoff. He is unable to go anywhere. We got a late flag down right where the ball carrier was tackled. You can tell that Keys has a little bit of juice as a freshman.
Personal foul, face mask, it's Chargers.
Well, there's a big penalty for Heritage Hall. Gives Millwood a first down.
Just got a text from Jim Traber. Something bad must be happening to Nebraska. It would only text if that was the case. Nickens takes the screen pass and has actually had guys blocked into him. This Heritage Hall defense is all over the ball. They are swarming tonight.
There's 6 players there on the tackle for Heritage Hall. That is impressive.
And they're going backwards. I'm not sure in the current state of the St. Louis Cardinals that my phone shouldn't know better than to provide me college football scores before baseball. We've not come that far in artificial intelligence.
It has been a rough year as a Cardinals fan. I will admit that for sure.
Nebraska has scored. They've taken the lead. There's a pass out in the flat. Pretty simple pass and a very nice run after the catch. Chance Davis on the reception. Do any of these cheerleaders have enough of an arm to get these foam footballs up here? Oh, there's a nice toss. I'm going to stand up and see if I can catch one of these.
Let's see if you got it.
Right here. Come on, somebody throw it up here. Andy Bassett get it up here. Oh, there's one way up there. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Good enough for a Millwood first down. First and 10, 30-yard line.
If you didn't get a good enough look at the moon last night, Adam, tonight is going to provide you another opportunity.
Oh, my gosh. That is beautiful.
Legal procedure on almost the entire Millwood offense, so the mistakes have not subsided here in the second half.
Had a temporary, little bit of a connection issue there, but we're back. Never lost connection, but apologize for the blurriness if there was any out there.
First down at 15 for the Falcons. Moved the ball at the end of the first half. We're unable to put it in. Jaden Nickens in motion. And Turnbull off of the fake to Nickens. Can't get any momentum going. Tackle made for the Chargers. We got a timeout, official timeout.
How's Barrett Travis there on the tackle?
We have a Millwood player down. It's 8:17 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a break with them here. It's all Heritage Hall, 27-0.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Welcome back. CJ Turnbull was the injured player for Millwood. Backup quarterback is listed as Josiah Woods. Nickens goes in motion. Woods drops back to pass. Throws a screen, but there is all Chargers right in the middle of that, blowing it up. Jack Harris, the defensive line, up there to bat that one down. Threw that into a bevy of Chargers players.
And just once again, how sound Heritage Hall is on the defensive side of the ball. The great job sniffing that screen out.
So Turnbull still not returned to the game. And Woods will call the plays for the Falcons on offense. Woods, a junior, 6'4", 185 pounds. Drops straight back, under pressure again. Eludes the pressure by stepping up and throws the ball behind his intended receiver in Xavier Thompson. It'll be 4th down and 14.
Coverage. 4th and 14.
Not a lot of great plays on 4th and 14. Have to hope to make a couple people miss and make a play. Woods. Chargers are going to bring the outside players. The play clock is expired, and that's going to make it even tougher at 4th down and 18.
Millwood once again just killing themselves. They get down here in Heritage Hall territory and just one penalty after another, and it gives them no opportunity to capitalize.
Back to pass. Throws it over the middle. What a catch by Nickens. That was a great pass, but an even better catch by Nickens over the middle of the Heritage Hall defense. That's the first reception that he's made tonight.
Yeah, and then obviously you can tell by his talent, he's been kept at the helm by Heritage Hall, but man, he got up high pointed that. What an incredible play.
So the Falcons move the chains on 4th down and 18 on a completion from Josiah Woods to Jaden Nickens. Thompson got to get it on the reverse. Boy, he makes a nice move. He splits several Charger defenders, and he bounces down close to the 1st down. Barrett Travis looked like one of the Chargers there close to the play, making a big hit. 2nd down and 2 to go.
This is a great cut there by Xavier Thompson. Very impressive.
Woods hands it off to Keys. There's that explosiveness by the freshman. And Keys runs it just shy of the goal line, down to the 2.
It's a good drive here by Millwood. They finally capitalize on the long pass and get a little confidence here, knock it in the end zone and get it to 3 scores. The Little Kansas still leads Colcord 20-14. That's an interesting score there in Class A.
Big rivalry between those two schools?
I believe so.
There's a touchdown. It's Keys off the handoff, and he's in for the score. And a nice job by Josiah Woods to come in off the bench for the injured Spencer Turnbull, CJ Turnbull, for the score.
Well, and that's exactly what Millwood needed, obviously. That's the first time we've seen them obviously have a sustained drive. You know, the long pass on the 4th down was a big conversion, but they looked a lot better offensively there, just getting things going.
And they don't have any interest here to kick an extra point. They're going to line up to go for this. Personnel a little late coming on the field, but they do have 15 seconds on the play clock. It's the Wildcat formation with Lamar Davis in at the quarterback position. Keys is the up back, and I think we're still missing a player potentially. And the play clock runs out.
Man, that is tough.
I don't think this is going to get them to change their mind on whether or not they go for it. 2, 4, 6, 8. We got 11 on the field now.
It's interesting, though, that Woods is not out there, though, at quarterback.
I think they had 11 on the field. Davis is listed as the third-team quarterback. This is potentially the Wildcat formation. They're still not able to get lined up, I think, the way that they want. Davis is going to run, look for Nickens, and wow, it's caught.
Wow, what
touchdown.
a play.
2-point conversion, 27-8. This is a nice play by Davis.
Yeah, I mean, make a play, throw the ball up, and even though it looked a little strange, get 2 points out of it, 27-8. Well, Millwood shows a little life here with still 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a big drive. Need the defense to come up with a stop.
Next week, so come out and support.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Why be a Ranger?
Welcome back to the Squirtle Game of the Week here. We'll see if the Falcons can parlay some success off of the opening drive for the touchdown to start the second half. Scores for some games and other classes going on tonight. Panama on top of Spiro 6-0. Hominy is extending their lead in a game that's much closer than it was a year ago. 29-6 over Cleveland. Cassidy on top of Christian Heritage. Congratulations to Coach Ty Prestige in his 49th season of coaching high school football.
And they got a big win the first week against CCS, right? So they'll have a chance to go to 2-0. What's that El Reno Piedmont score?
El Reno and Piedmont. Game going on. El Reno, their home opener, is Piedmont 14, El Reno 6.
Okay.
5 minutes to go in the game. Little bullet of a kick is fielded by Travis and taking the 28-yard line. It's a good job for Travis to be aggressive to come up and field that kick.
Be interesting to see Heritage Hall in this offensive possession. Obviously, keep continuing to do what you do, but just one thing to keep in mind, too, is to kind of shorten the game in this scenario if you can.
Well, even keeping the ball on the ground doesn't mean that it ain't going to go.
It's true.
Yeah, but points are points any time of the game. Bass hands it to Travis. Travis is through for a gain of 11 yards, and there's a lot of battles being won by Heritage Hall Chargers against a pretty formidable defensive front.
Yeah, and that play, we saw them run that exact play the first play of the game, and I could see Millwood getting a heavy dose of that run game this drive.
Bass fires a pass. That was a great pass. Led the receiver, Cal Welker, nephew of Wes Welker, for a gain of about 8. See what the flag is. You got a cramp over here for Chance Davis. It'll be another timeout. Piedmont with a couple of fourth quarter touchdowns to take the lead in that game.
Yeah, that was one we were looking at earlier on. Surprised at the low score in that game.
It's an interesting race. We talked a lot about Class 5A District 2 with Carl Albert being the favorite there. But the Guthrie Blue Jays team has had a lot of starters, a lot of veterans starting on that team. Won 40-0 last week against Ponca City, who's improved under Scott Harmon as the head coach. Then you have Piedmont, who is absolutely a force to reckon with in that district, and McGinnis. Class 5A District 1, Midwest City, Elgin played for the championship a year ago, but this El Reno team might make some noise. I know Lawton MacArthur had a big win over John Marshall in week 1. Highlanders may be improved.
That Colcord, Kansas game is now tied at 20.
Bass, it's just a plain old quarterback draw. It got some good blocking and is able to get a gain of almost 10 yards.
His lean is so good when he's running, too. I mean, he's always falling forward. And, you know, that run right there, you didn't think it was really that big of a run, but he's picking up chunks every time he's carrying it.
And it was well blocked.
It was.
Not much resistance until he was well past the line of scrimmage. Passes under duress, but he's able to sidestep that. That ball's batted up in the air and caught by a lineman. And that could have really been a big momentum swing in the game if that ball would have found its way into the hands of a Millwood Falcon.
Not sure what the penalty is here.
Illegal touching.
Or it's a face mask, maybe.
Face mask. Good call, Adam.
Face mask. 5 yard face mask penalty.
I knew it had to be something like that by the way the players reacted.
First down.
Well, I got one call right. I was wrong on trying to predict the Bogert's offense, so I'll just stick with maybe trying to figure out the penalties.
I tell you what, when you can get any of those calls right, I think you're doing well. Bass dropping straight back. He's got a lot of vertical routes down the field. This one and finds the right man. Caught.
Ooh.
And deep into Millwood territory. About a 35-yard pass, and he's got all the time in the world. Boston Fuller, number 1, was able to break wide open, and Bass hit him with a perfect throw.
Well, in that time, too, like you said, Mark, just way too much time. And Bass sees the field too well. He had a wide open guy crossing the field for the big gain.
Bass fakes the handoff. That's touchdown number 5 on the night. Second rushing touchdown. And the Chargers get those points right back. They go up 33-8, pending the extra point.
Now Walker. To the extra point. The hold of Walker Nelson. Now, Walker will take the extra point.
Welker steps up and kicks it through. The extra point is good. 4:42 to go in the third quarter. It is Heritage Hall 34, Millwood 8. You're watching the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access.
Welcome back. Heritage Hall will kick it away to Millwood. We had quite a breeze going there for a while earlier in the game out of the south, but the flags are they're not flying.
No, they're not. They've the evening has the moon has led to a lighter, softer wind. The full moon. You know, we haven't had.
Did you learn that somewhere? Inside that was a science. Is that scientific?
I don't know. It sounded good, didn't it?
It did sound good. I believe it.
I always dreamt of being a weatherman at one point in my life, Mark. And then when I got to Norman, I realized how hard those classes were, and that was never going to happen.
There's a lot of math and
physics. Oh, trouble.
Fair catch. A couple of Falcons ran into each other on that. That kind of deep onside is a pretty good weapon in high school football.
Especially kind of how you line up to retrieve the kick. Some of these teams that have real good directional kickers, it makes it really tough.
Kind of equated to like a press in basketball that you put the receiving team very uncomfortable. They do not kind of dictate to you of what's going to happen.
I'm all for the directional kicking. If you run the risk against the kind of athletes you're facing with Millwood where they can bust one at any time, and you got a kicker that can put it there every time. I like it.
Turnbull is back in the game, and that pass intended for Nickens is dropped. Short passing game just hasn't been there tonight. There's been some drops, and you know, for a pass of that distance, I think that ball was thrown with way too much zip on it. Try to throw a leading ball that can be caught in stride. Just hasn't been done that way so far. A little misdirection play for
nice.
Millwood, and that's Davis, who has 11 yards and a first down.
That kid has got a bright future. He is just a freshman. Is that correct?
That's Davis, a junior.
Okay.
22 is Keys, the freshman.
Gotcha.
That's seen some action tonight.
Well, Davis has been impressive at times.
Davis is sophomore.
Sophomore, okay.
5'9" and 150. Anthony Keys has been the other running back. He's 5'6", 172, sophomore or freshman. Davis does not get the better of things on that play. Has a big stick coming up from the defensive end position by Hillman Brown. We've called his name quite a few times tonight.
Now, Millwood's tailback from last year is at Kent State. Is that right?
Ricky Hunt playing for Tim Albin at Ohio.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Now, did he get any playing time the other night?
I did not see. I'm not sure. Should probably know the answer to that.
I tuned into New Mexico State. Jerry Kill was wondering if Cushing's quarterback was going to get any PT, but I think that he may be redshirt.
There's a pass led for Keys, and it's out of bounds.
You give a shout out to our crew tonight. Cole Jones running the camera, and Tyler Vegas Kerr, doing the producing. Tyler's a man of many hats. He was a cameraman, last week. So
we need to go to him for a college scoring update.
I have to put a headset on him.
Utah still
all over Florida, right?
Big 12 knocking down the SEC. Davis, see if he can get away from these aggressive defensive linemen for the Chargers. He is able to do that on a 3rd down and 11 play to at least get some back to 3rd and 6.
I will tell you this, man. I've been really impressed with Heritage Hall, how they defended the screen game all night. They've been all over it every time.
brings up 4th and 6.
Big play here for Millwood. They converted on a 4th down and 18 on their last scoring drive, and then they were able to draw the Chargers offside. So this will give them 5 more yards, put the ball in the 45 where they only need to make the 47 as the line to gain.
Utah leads 24-3 in that game without their starting quarterback.
46-yard line.
That's one of those games as second year for Billy Napier at Florida that not good. We have what looks to be potentially a flag on the offense. Turnbull got the first down. We'll see what the officials had to say.
I think they're going to call encroachment maybe.
Now, could you believe that the stat on Florida that they had not played a non-conference road game outside the state of Florida since 1991?
Wow. That is an incredible stat. 1991.
Florida played Syracuse in 1991, but they have not played outside the state of Florida in the non-conference. A lot of games against University of Florida or Florida State.
Yeah,
those two teams in Miami.
Mm-hmm. Well, as many colleges as there are in the state of Florida, you probably wouldn't have to go far, or even have somebody just come to you.
Fourth down and 5. Turnbull escapes, and that pass is dropped. It is dropped. Change of possession, and the Chargers will take over. It's been tough tonight for Nickens. He's only had the 1 reception, 1 pass interference against him.
Yeah, and everything seems just been a little out of sync for Millwood, and I think a lot of that has to do with what Heritage Hall is doing on the defensive end. But I think the timing's a little off. You see that early on trying to pass and catch, especially if you're trying to do that with a lot of pressure in your face.
Bass drops back, going to go deep. And what an adjustment made to the inside of the pass is incomplete.
Wow. That would have been a heck of a play. It's a great throw again.
Jordan Harris made a nice move to the inside, but he couldn't quite come up with the catch. Millwood will have Douglas coming up for their next game, and then they travel to Scott City, Kansas, which is quite a distance.
I think they did that last year, right? Or they
played here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Scott City played here. Scott City nickname?
The Harvesters?
They're the Beavers.
The Beavers.
They're the Beavers. There's a pass to Boston Fuller. It's a great open field tackle. A couple of Falcons over there on the stop. Johnson for Millwood.
And Jamarian Franklin there on the tackle.
Just send this admonition out to the Millwood fans that might be traveling to Scott City. That they have a 20-mile-an-hour speed zone in that town.
That's tough.
Will be enforced.
That is tough.
Yeah, it was tough.
It's tough to get a car to go 20 nowadays.
Very nice court clerk there, though. Bass rolling out. Rolling out. Look at this. Using his speed and elusiveness. Just was nothing there until the last minute when he decided, hey, I'm going to just kind of turn on the jets. He accelerated forward for a first down.
Yeah, just elite speed. I mean, he's just sitting there waiting to see if he can get anything downfield, but kind of probably in the back of his mind the entire time is I can run for 10 or 12 yards and get a first down here.
First and 10, Bass dropping straight back. A rush, fires over the middle. It's complete. Big hit. But Carter Knowles holds onto the football. Gets about 8. I think another thing I've been very impressed with tonight by Heritage Hall is just the number of players that have handled the football on offense. You got Harris, Fuller, Travis, Vogel, Knowles.
A lot of weapons.
Touchdown from Rhett Davis, the fullback. Welker. This goes on and on and on. This offense is something to watch. Bass fakes it to Travis, and there are people on the ground. Great blocking, and Bass goes down at the 2-yard line. Great blocks out in front of Andy Bass on the quarterback keeper.
That was an interesting decision there at the end by Bass. He kind of had the edge if he wanted it, and it looked like he actually ran towards the contact. I got another player down the field.
Let's check some of these other scores. Crosstown clash going on in Norman at Gaylord Family Memorial Stadium. Sure they have a big crowd there tonight.
Shaq wanted me to let you know that he thinks that Scott City should change their name to the Harvesters. He likes that better.
Yeah, Shaq has always wanted to change nicknames. I know, just
he
doesn't like the
change
status. Doesn't like the status quo.
Yeah,
I mean, anyone in Western Kansas could be considered potentially the Harvesters, or maybe more Central Kansas. I would say. I don't know.
Yeah,
Pampa, Texas, the Harvesters.
I like that nickname. Do we have any Harvesters in Oklahoma?
We don't.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Norman North 7, Norman High 0 at half. That game, just you never know. It could go either way, no matter what the projections are for either team.
It's typically always close, right?
It is. It usually is.
Now, are they playing that one in Lloyd Noble, or not Lloyd Noble, but Owen Field?
Touchdown for the Chargers. Travis goes in and scores the first touchdown for someone other than Bass. They're playing that at OU tonight.
These cheerleaders are going to get tired with all these points that are being put
Now,
up.
they were doing high kicks earlier, and then there were 3 cheerleaders pushing up another cheerleader. It looked like they were getting pretty tired. But I have to tell you, I think tonight is the least of their worries, because these point totals could be certainly going up against some of the other teams that the Chargers will face this year.
They might want to quickly think about changing policies.
Also interesting here is the game total creeping up on 65. Would be a miracle.
You could hit it.
Cover for me.
Going to make sure any of the fans that are out there, they're still tuned in, to make sure they tune in tomorrow to our small school 8-man game of the week. We will have the Okeen Whippets versus the Winoka Railroaders. So if you're a fan of small school, make sure to tune in. We'll also have the Pater Pick'em show. That will be live on Friday about 6:50 before kickoff, and we'll have 6 to 8 of the top games in the state. You'll be able to watch all the scoring plays and highlights, and it's kind of like NFL Red Zone for high school football. Pretty fun to watch.
I think I've been rope-a-doped a little on this Okeen-Waynoka game.
Okay.
I heard you earlier picking Waynoka in this one, and part of our panel, most of our panel picked Waynoka.
I don't know. I think it could go either way. It's a battle of the rattlesnake hunts. Who has the best rattlesnake hunt, Okeen or Winoka?
Well, I've been to the Okeen Rattlesnake Festival. I've been to the Apache Rattlesnake Festival, and I've been to the Mangum.
I was going to say Mangum has one too, right?
But I have not been to the Waynoka Rattlesnake Festival, and I believe there's one more that I have not attended. So I couldn't tell you that. I would say that they do seem all very similar.
Yeah, so I got to be honest with you. I would have to lean towards the Okeen rattlesnake hunt. I've been to Winoka rattlesnake hunt. It's a good one. But Okeen, the West of Queen, the parade, the festivities surrounding it.
Well, the day I was there, they were giving chopper rides.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. The Den of Death. Have you ever been in the Den of Death?
Yeah, I went in the Den of Death. I saw what they were doing to those snakes. It wasn't pretty. It did make me a little squeamish. Now, I would be all for the death of a rattlesnake if it was about to attack me, but I don't want anybody here to get the idea that I'm a PETA advocate or anything like that. But it was a lot. It was a lot to see.
Well,
at the Mangum Rattlesnake Festival and at Apache, they were serving the rattlesnake heart, known to be an aphrodisiac in the Far East.
Is that true?
That's what it was told. Yes.
I've had the fried rattlesnake. I mean, everybody always just everything tastes like chicken, right? When it's fried.
Well, I think just like the texture of the rattlesnake, it tastes like a back of a chicken.
It does, like a dark meat,
Mm-hmm.
kind of.
Yeah,
I would agree. It's a little tougher. But I only tried it once. It wasn't like something I was really craving for the next time I went. But.
Well, I would say I'm looking at something probably if I hadn't eaten for 4 days that I would consider eating more, other than just it being for sport.
I would agree with you.
Huge credit to the Mangum Rattlesnake Festival JCs who put that festival on, because they took Rick Pendergraft and a couple other people out for a hunt for Channel 5. We filmed it and really told us everything we need to know. It was like a master class in rattlesnake in probably 3 to 5 minutes. Just saying that only two ways to be bitten by a snake: stupidity and ignorance.
Yes.
Which is, if you mess with a snake, that's the stupid way to get bit. If you step on it without knowing, then you're just ignorant of where the snake is. They put on a very good display of how the snakes really aren't going to come after you. They just kind of want to go around. Snake's brain is small, which you can clearly see that it is not big. It's a tiny thing. It just said all it can think about is whether it's going to eat you or you're going to eat it. As a human, you've got the advantage in the
This is an incredible
chain.
This is an incredible breakdown. I didn't know you were such a snake connoisseur. Now, a question for you. In Blackwell, did you guys have many rattlesnakes in Blackwell?
I think there were many snakes misidentified as rattlers in Blackwell. There's not many rattlesnakes up there. Maybe a copperhead every once in a while. You could probably see a rattlesnake, but there's way too much farmland and not enough area for the snakes to be hiding. So not really scary snakes there. Now, where you grew up.
Oh, man, they're everywhere. I will admit that. You just go west of Fair. I mean, that's prime rattlesnake country, the Gyp Hills, right? The Gloss Mountains. I mean, that's where a lot of people go to hunt the rattlesnakes. I got some former classmates that do some rattlesnake hunting. I would never do that. I stay as far away as I can from a rattlesnake. And honestly, as many of them as there are out there, and as much as I like to fish and be in the outdoors, I rarely see them.
If I was going to go on a hike in the Gloss Mountains, what would I be potentially pretty sure to see one?
Yeah, Lone Peak. It's automatic if you go to Lone Peak.
Almost another interception for Jordan Harris back there. Turnbull fired a nice-looking ball down the middle of the field. I've thought about potentially going on a hike in the Gloss Mountains, but I was unprepared to deal with poisonous snakes.
Well, you need to be wearing tall boots. I can tell you that much. Like the strategy here by Millwood, trying to take a shot up over the top. Great coverage there in the secondary once again by Heritage Hall.
Short completion, and that is Nickens for a gain of about 5. 3rd down and 5, so they're trying to get Jaden Nickens involved in the offense here in the second half. Oh, boy. That's a large snake.
I got a better one.
Yeah.
Look at this one.
These snake handlers are pretty good at being able to hold a snake in front of the camera where it looks larger.
It's like holding the bass, right?
Yeah.
Extend the arm.
There's a technique to it. Those snakes look like they're 18 feet long.
That last one is big.
Thank goodness they're not. We've played 3 at Heritage Hall, and it's all Chargers tonight. Millwood will have a 4th down and 6 when we return. You're watching the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, These are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkimpregnant.org. That's thinkimpregnant.org.
Mark, I want to give some props to Millwood's band. I know we've mentioned them a few times, but Tyler's zooming in. It's as good of a small school band as I've seen.
They put on an unbelievable halftime show.
Great drum line. You mentioned the sousaphone or the tubas. That is the highest tuba per capita for a Class A school that I think I've ever seen. You're the one who called that.
There's no Class 2A school with 7 tubas. That's outstanding. Turnbull's got a big hole, and the ball is loose, and it pops up. And let's see, I'm going to call it a first down. They will move the chains. First down, Millwood, right at the 47-yard line.
It's a good little scheme there that time by Millwood. That's the first time I've seen much success running the ball.
Has Squirtle considered creating a rattlesnake trophy for the Keene-Waynoka rivalry?
What about live streaming the event?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
I'll look forward to seeing some of it tomorrow. Big hit. Davis goes out of bounds.
Well, I plan to get there early and go to Bonhoff and do some German food because that is phenomenal there at Waynoka.
Will you have the schnitzel or the ceviche? What will it be?
I'm going to go to the schnitzel, and I do the white cream gravy with mushroom sauce.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I go. And I like the sausage platter ahead of time as an appetizer.
Mustard? No mustard.
Oh, mustard. I mean, my last name's Dieselhorst.
Mm-hmm. Turnbull. Pass complete. He looked better here in the second half. Maybe the Chargers defense turning down the pressure a little.
So I wonder if Woods, who came in as a backup, is any relation to Rashawn's family. I'm going to guess probably. Distant, maybe a cousin?
I don't know. It's a good question. I should know the answer to this.
There's so many of the Woods family. There is 4 brothers, right?
That's correct. Gary's the oldest.
Okay.
It could be Gary's son. I don't think it is, but I should know better than that. It's a nice pitch and catch. Subsequent run by Chase Davis, hero of the state basketball championship against Community Christian year before last.
Is he the one who hit the big shot?
Hit the shot in the corner.
Ooh, he got him. He had him there quick.
Turnbull trying to escape the defensive front for the Chargers and spins his way close to another first down.
He has looked much better in the second half. Finally got a few connections, and he just seems a little bit more, confident in the pocket too as well. It's a great decision there to tuck it down and run.
I think at 40-8, the Chargers have decided to dial it back some. Davis.
Nice cut.
Down to the 3-yard line. A little pushing and shoving going on. It's really turned out to be a great night for football.
It has. It really has. It's been, the one thing about this time of the year, if you don't have the humidity like we had about a week ago, I'm going to start talking weather again. But, it crisp, dry air, even when it cools down some, it feels good.
You haven't complimented me on my haircut today. After the humidity of last week, I decided you got to take some of this off. Too much static electricity.
Your hair looks great, Mark.
Thank you, Adam.
Ooh.
Little
Nice.
fade pass.
That's going to be pass interference.
This will move the ball down to the 2.5-yard line.
Turnbull's pass incomplete.
Now, have you set up your big camp out this fall?
So it is first week of November, yeah. So we are steering towards the 25th anniversary of our camp out, and that'll be in May of this year. So 25 straight years of having a camp out, even through COVID.
You going to bring in a band or entertainment?
We thought about bringing the Chuck Wagon Gang, which is a Christian, country band that kind of hit it hard when we were in high school, and so maybe if we can get them together. I think some of the members have passed, rest in peace, but that actually has been thought about.
Good stop for the Chargers on defense, denying the Falcons there. Stop right at the line of scrimmage.
That camp out has evolved so much. When you're a kid and you're younger, you have certain priorities, and now it's all about what are we going to cook and who goes to bed first and who's going to be the last person to go to bed, and if anybody can make it to midnight.
Millwood out of the power I formation.
Nice.
Turnbull heads towards the end zone, and he's in to score 40-14. Did bootlegged out for the touchdown.
Good stay and drive for them.
I got to tell you, if I was going to go on a camp out, I'm really not sure what kind of use I would be. What task I would be assigned.
I think you'd like this camp out.
Starting a fire wouldn't be me. I really don't know.
I think if this camp out's pretty unique. I think you'd enjoy it. It's a 2-day event. We stay Friday night and Saturday night. We sleep in a caboose, an old restored caboose. That's plumbed out with the toilet.
Yeah.
It has a heater inside of it.
I'm liking this better already.
Yeah,
Davis goes in for the 2-point conversion. That makes it 40-16. I need 2 scores to go over. We'll take a break. It's a Squirtle game of the week. Heritage Hall on top of Millwood, 40-16.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Is your school or booster club looking?
Welcome back. Millwood will kick it away to the Chargers. 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go. Heritage Hall next week goes to Clinton, and they're looking for a little revenge. The Red Tornadoes came in here to Heritage Hall last year, ended a long home winning streak. Clinton had a shutout victory over Kingfisher a week ago, so they're 1-0 in the season.
That's a great program matchup. If you're Heritage Hall, you get to play Millwood, one of the most successful programs in the state, and then you get to go play Clinton.
I think this is the 10th year in a row that Heritage Hall and Clinton will have played.
That's a great. I mean, you talked about Heritage and their competition and who they play in the non-conference. What a matchup that'll be. And so we have a food suggestion for any Heritage Hall people where this could go. You want to give everybody the food suggestion?
I've never been there, so I feel like you should tout the White Dog Hill. I've never been there. I've only heard about it.
Well, I've never been either. I just have been told it's really good. Now, there's a barbecue restaurant, too, outside of Clinton that's really good also as well. And I can't remember the name, but I have eaten there. And they have really good beef jerky, too, as well, that you can take home with you after you have a barbecue sandwich or some pulled pork or some brisket.
That'd be really unique if you just walked in and said, yeah, I'll have a plate of the beef jerky. They should give it to you as an appetizer, though.
It should.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of beef jerky.
Bass running around the left side and going to run out of bounds. Looks like the Chargers are kind of in a time-killing mode here. Do you have a favorite beef jerky here in the state? Here's Mike's. You got Hard Times.
Yeah. So I'm going to go local. I'm an Enid guy. I'm going to go No Man's Land.
No Man's Land.
Made in Boise City, but now their manufacturing plant is in Enid.
It's a great name for it, in Boise City. No Man's Land.
I can always do some Robertson's, which loves carries. I mean, that's a great beef jerky as well. The best beef jerky ever made is unfortunately not made anymore. It was made in Oklahoma over by McAllister, a company called Fesperman's.
All right.
That was carried at the Beef Jerky Emporium, which is in Edmond. But I believe they no longer make that beef jerky anymore.
What made Fesperman's the best beef jerky?
It had kind of a brown sugar flavor to it. So if you got the just original brown sugar, you could get a garlic. Too much garlic for me. I'm not a big garlic guy. But the hot was the way to go because the hot had the brown sugar with the heat.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, and the slices were a little thicker. It wasn't the thin jerky, but it was soft, so it wasn't hard on your teeth.
Did it have a toothpick in the back?
No, but that's a big move by Hard Times. I mean, that is a big move. I like to make my own homemade.
Is that deer or?
So I'll do venison, depending. I'm not a deer hunter, but my buddies all are, and so they'll give me a hind quarter to cut up. But you can do a roast and slice it. Have a Jumbo Foods Market there in Enid locally. They'll slice it for you. I've got a little sauce contraption that I do that I learned from my stepdad.
The ball's loose. And it may be scooped and scored. That's stopped inside the 12-yard line. So Bass is stripped of the football, and the Falcons are moving into scoring position.
Coach Hardaway, Jigs Barbecue.
That's in Clinton?
Yep. And he mentioned the jerky before I even said it.
Hey, Lugnut is also saying Jigs Barbecue.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. That's good. Might not be a bad place to do food blog. So Turnbull takes the Falcons off. I'm going to start calling you Grizzly Adam. Instead of Grizzly Adams.
I mean, you don't get
a camper and you're making your own beef jerky.
You don't get a physique.
You'd have done well in the 19th century.
You don't get a physique like this without eating jerky.
Not me. I would have been bad in the 19th century.
Oh, trouble.
Big stop for the defense of Heritage Hall. Xavier Thompson tried to take the reverse and just kept going backwards. Ends up losing about 20.
Loss of 12. Second and 22.
There's my math deficiency again. Loss of 12, not 20. Second down and 22. Turnbull straight back to pass. Has a man over the middle.
Good
that
ball.
Ball was thrown right where it needed to be. Helmet taken off of the Falcons receiver. Number 8 with the catch, Tyshawn Buford.
My 62 is looking pretty good.
It's a pretty tight line. I mean, you might middle me from 65 to 62. Total's crept up there. I think this game's going to look a little closer than it really was.
Yeah, no doubt.
You got to be kidding me. You see this picture we just got?
It's the kitchen sink.
Turnbull takes it forward for a gain of 5, so that'll set up a 4th down and medium. What is on that? That is what kind of price is on that kitchen sink? The kitchen sink, it looks like it's got ham, cheese. I don't see anything on there I don't like.
It's got pulled pork. I know that. So
Oh,
I actually had that sandwich, and I can't believe I forgot. That was a John Hardaway recommendation.
How did you eat that?
Very delicately. You have to use a fork and a knife.
I mean, and like you're at a Greek restaurant, you just shave it off. Turnbull looking for the end zone, and Nickens, he's got it. Touchdown.
Great catch.
Back shoulder throw. Jaden Nickens, and it is now 40-22.
And he just gave the OU sign after the catch.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've learned something tonight. That blows me away, the kitchen sink.
A big score there, like you said. Millwood making this thing respectable. Been much better here in the second half, obviously, finding some success on the offensive end.
I think something they can take a lot of confidence away. Davis has blockers in front. He's in for the 2-point conversion. That makes it 40-24. 6:55 to go in the ball game. I need 2 points for my over the total. We'll take a break. It's the Squirtle game of the week. Millwood fighting back. They trail the Chargers by 16.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Welcome back. Time to hand out some honors tonight. I'm going to give, I think, Andy Bass the MVP of the game. Had a dominant first half. Had a 91-yard touchdown run called back. I think my second MVP tonight is going to be the Millwood Band.
Oh, my God.
Continuing to play. Great halftime performance. And maybe the Heritage Hall Cheerleaders, Palm Squad as the third MVP tonight, having to do a lot of exercises with points being scored. And, of course, your niece, Matt's daughter.
She's killing it.
Matt and Drew's daughter on the squad.
Shout out to Emery. She is killing it. And their execution's been flawless. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give, obviously Bass has been incredible, but I really like what I see up front from Heritage Hall on both sides. They have been a nightmare, been great at opening up holes. And then just as I say that, they false start.
I think, to me, this team is in incredible shape for game one. I don't see many teams that are able to sustain the kind of pace that they have without really not a lot of cramps, things like that going on in game one.
Well, Heritage has had a lot of mistakes here in this second half with penalties and, nice run.
Travis would not be denied, picking up the penalty yardage and about 5 more. Now, do you have any inside information on what places are going to appear on the food blog coming up? I don't. Coach Hardaway is about, 4 years into this?
He has, and we have guests. Lane Jones has been on as a guest. We're always open to others that have good topics or good places that they've been that want to join the blog. But
Welker picks up the first down on the pass from Bass.
We've done a Cafe Bonhoff, for sure. That's been done before. I think maybe Lane is the one who actually did that one. Lane Jones, owner of HTO, which, by the way, is phenomenal.
Lane survived an internship in Washington, D.C. with a fraternity brother of mine, Jay Edmondson, whose grandfather was governor of the state of Oklahoma, and survived some very bad influences from Jay as a young man. Bass is tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a great tackle there by number 21, Tommy Fisher. Millwood playing, obviously, with a lot more confidence here in the second half after they've gotten some points on the board. They just look like a different team, even on defense.
Travis takes it to the left side. There's going to be a penalty on the Chargers, holding at the 50-yard line that will negate that run.
That is one thing that we've seen. It's almost kind of like, Heritage in some regards is kind of taking the role of Millwood as far as number of penalties. Millwood was penalized a lot the first half, and seems as if, though, Heritage Hall has kind of taken that role here in the second half.
They've been able to overcome some of these, especially early in downs, second down.
I got a message from Tony Lugnut. He is a fan of Fesperin's jerky too as well.
I'm just shocked that I don't know anything about Jig's Barbecue.
Ooh, this could go. That's a situation where they had it blocked to the inside, but another great play and big game for Heritage Hall.
Gerard Williams on the reception picks up almost all of that first down yardage. It's 3rd down and 5.
PA guy said 3. That is a long 3. I'm going to go more with your 5.
Yeah, I think it could be closer to 5. Travis has got almost all of it. It's going to be a little short.
So Little Kansas upsets Colcord, 27-20.
Comets are now 2-0.
Good enough for a Charger, 1st and 10.
Probably need to get one more college update from Vegas Kerr. Welker has stepped out, I think. No, we're going to call it a reception. He caught that inbounds. Norman North now 5 minutes ago up 14-0 on Norman High. Class 5A scores. It's a final in El Reno. Piedmont wins 14-6 over El Reno. Hominy wins 48-12 over Cleveland. 4th quarter, Elk City 28, Bridge Creek 8.
That's a program that's really kind of turned it around. Elk City had some down years there, and they've been much more competitive over the last few years. Had that big playoff upset over Cushing a few years ago.
I think the Elks could be in the mix for the 4A1 district championship.
That's a great mascot, too, by the way.
The Elks? Elk City and Burlington. Anyone else?
I don't know. I love their brown uniforms. I like that color. Not a lot of brown teams out there. What are your thoughts on brown?
Well, I'm not a fan. I think the blue and the gold. Hey, we got it here at Heritage Hall tonight. That's pretty good.
That is clean.
Gold and the black.
Okay, Spirit Stick. Mark, maybe you'll win.
I don't think so. I don't think that some of these students over here that were told not to leave earlier, or they would have to be sent over to their mom.
Some of them left.
Welker hauls it in. He's got the first, and he has got room and is down to the 15-yard line. One of the two, I think the two Blackwell Maroon home playoff games in the last 50 years. Defeat was suffered at the hands of the Big Elks.
Big Elks.
Yeah.
That's still hard for you to deal with?
Yeah. Now that we're 35 years past that, not really.
Gotten over it now?
Yeah, I'm over it. 30 years ago, no. Bass gets hit hard, and it doesn't matter. He's going to fall into the end zone for a touchdown, and the over cashes.
Goodness. What a run.
He took some serious shots, and it really didn't matter. And Bass has got suns out, guns out on the scoreboard right now. I mean, he is an impressive specimen. We asked Andy Bogert potentially what would be his position at OU. He's a really good quarterback. I think that probably not going to be a quarterback in the Power 5, but running back, speed is all there.
Flex him out somehow, use him in the passing game. Yeah, I mean, with the way they play these hybrid up backs and H backs and tight ends and how they use them in multiple ways, I think you could see that. I'm just, like you said, short yard situations, just snap him the ball, right?
Well, with his talent in the sport, I mean, as good as he was last year, and then you see him at the state track meet, he runs a 10.4 something. I started to think, well, where are the Division I offers? I mean, those with that kind of speed and ability, it seems like it's a formality, but they all kind of work their way in this summer.
Well, I can tell you this: he's got a better nutritional diet than I do. I mean, the kid looks like he takes it serious in the weight room.
Yeah, in the post-game interview, we're not going to ask him if he likes what kind of beef jerky is his favorite.
You don't think he's pounding down some Vespermans?
Not what do you think of the Vespermans brown sugar rub? You're probably not going to know the answer to that. He does know how to find the end zone. That was his 5th touchdown of the night.
So impressive.
I think maybe 6. Maybe I might have given him one less. So tomorrow night you'll be in Winoka.
Winoka.
My bad.
I will be. Yes, sir. I will be in Winoka. I will be there a little early to get the guys set up. Our crew is coming from Stillwater. They'll be coming in hot because school first. So, we recommend all of our workers go to class first. And so they'll be coming in hot. So I'll be getting everything set up for Coach, my father-in-law, Randy Turney, and Tom Nelson will be on that call. That's a close one for my father-in-law, just right down the road from Cherokee. I'll pick him up in Alene at the Jiffy Trip.
Now, I would – you mean close as in Western Oklahoma close, like 45 minutes? Is that what it is?
That's true. It actually is probably only about 25 minutes from Cherokee. I'm going to get 30 minutes probably. You can take the back roads. There's all sorts of those blacktop back roads, all those little towns, Carmen, Tacoma, Allen, Clio.
What happened?
I don't know.
I think that was too much delay of game on the kickoff.
Bogert is not happy about that. We don't know where we're going next week yet, but obviously be sure to tune in to all the Squirtle social media platforms. We'll be picking a couple of games, hopefully to cover next week. We'll also have Pay Dirt back. We'll have a pick'em show as well. Hopefully the weather cools down a little bit over the next – I think it's supposed to stay pretty warm next week is what I hear, but then maybe middle of the month we might start seeing some decent cold fronts.
Well, we'll also have at least 1 or 2 weeks where we're dodging some thunderstorms.
Oh, yeah.
Ball is thrown up in the air for grabs, and it's going to be pass interference, face guarding the play. Appear to be off to a 2-0 start for the Pick'em Show. Victories for Piedmont and Heritage Hall. A little worried about my man on an island pick against you 8-man guys who know everything.
I mean, we could all be wrong, Mark.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of scarred last year from that opening game where picked Garber over Covington, and they got run ruled.
No, it was the other way around. No, it was. Yeah, that is right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I had Garber. I had Garber over Covington. They lost 55-0.
8-man's hard. It really is.
I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to identify a team that's going to win 55-0. It really
true.
Shouldn't be.
That's true. I'll give you that. So, Mark, tell everybody on this weekend what you have going on with Coach's Cabana, and then
I'd love to. Tomorrow night we'll be at River Spirit, and they'll be there with Coach Switzer, Cale Gundy, Roy Williams. Going to do some talk about Dallas Cowboys, Roy's days at Dallas and Oklahoma. Cale coached Roy, of course, on the other side of the ball, one of the great defensive players in the history of the university. And then back here tomorrow night, and then up early. We'll be walking around campus to some of the tailgates and filming that for Sooners Access, an app that will come out tomorrow. We're kind of excited about that.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And so we'll have all kinds of interviews and game day experiences for the fans and look to build on that as we go through the season.
I'm looking forward to the release of that. So maybe for people that don't know, kind of let them know about what that all is going to entail.
SoonersAccess.com is how you can get signed up. You can go there now and enter your name to be one of the first that has the chance to do it. And we'll be having interactive experiences with some of the great Sooners of all time, coaches and players, where you have the ability to interact online and ask questions. You'll have the ability to interact in person by going to different events that we have with those players and coaches. So really kind of bringing those former years to life. And not only Coach Switzer's era, but Coach Stoops as well. I don't think anyone would want to come to a party for Lincoln Riley, so we'll just leave that out.
We'll leave him out of it.
A carpetbagger that does not know anything about barbecue.
No. He made beef jerky.
He did.
Yeah, he did. Vesperman's. Well, that's going to be cool. I'm excited about it.
I asked Lincoln Riley about that in the Big 12 Media Days in Dallas, and I thought it was going to be funny. And he kind of bristled, said that he tried a Worcestershire bath that didn't work.
That's where he went south.
He oiled up the meat prematurely.
Well, he can call offense, I can tell you that.
If you get the marinade in there too soon, it can dry out.
Stick to the gifts the Lord blessed you with. That's what my grandpa always taught me.
Well, he can recruit quarterbacks, that's for sure.
And he can call offense. I will definitely say that. Millwood's drum line is still at it.
Turnbull. Chargers going to dial up a blitz, and they got him. I'm not sure what this flag is over here. We're going to have to get on Corey Inman's crew for throwing a flag under 2 minutes to go in a blowout.
I think it's going to be a hold downfield. I think the wide receiver got held.
Personal foul, face mask. So that negates the sack and gives them a first down. Actually does not give them a first down. 2nd and 4. Turnbull sets up the screen pass. It's caught by Davis. Davis is dropped before he can get much further. Tackle is made by Jordan Harris.
You know, if you're Millwood, I mean, obviously you're not happy with your performance in the first half, but you got to feel pretty good about how the kids responded here in the second half. They've looked much better on the offensive side. Now, obviously, Heritage Hall has had some fumbles and been a little sloppy on the offensive side, but Millwood's really looked a lot better on the offensive side.
Turnbull back to pass, looking in the end zone. Great defense in the corner of the end zone. All
Great
over
coverage.
Xavier Thompson. Jordan Harris was back there on the coverage. I do want to give massive props and credit to the people here at Heritage Hall working the game. When we walked in, we have a free program. We've got laminated rosters, which is a big help, and identifying the players. And so just a first-class experience here at Heritage Hall.
Yeah, it's been great. No doubt. Great hospitality. We have a great location up here to call this game. Had a lot of people come up and say hi to us, so really enjoyed it.
1:10 to go. Turnbull. Incomplete pass, 3rd down to 10.
So, Mark, Tyler and Kohler are going to float the Illinois River. You ever done that before?
Yes, I have. I would highly recommend float trips more so in the southeastern part of the state. But
yeah,
the Illinois River should be a lot of fun.
I kind of live vicariously through their lives sometimes.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for Thompson. Now they're going to float. And they're going to float in a canoe, a kayak, a raft.
Mm-hmm.
A raft.
Yeah. 8-seater. It's a big raft.
Yeah, I don't call that a raft. That's something else. That's more like a I don't know. What would be a good term for it?
That's an 8-seater is big.
Turnbull is going to take off out of the pocket. He's got a long way to go to pick up the first down. He's going to be stopped, and that will bring it into this contest. Now, is this a couples outing or is this a guy's trip?
No, I think it's kind of a mixer. I think there's a group of I don't know if it's a couples trip. I think it's I don't know how many couples these guys are bringing to the show. Well, this has been fun, Mark. I've enjoyed it. Game wasn't quite as competitive as we thought it would be, but
I think we'll see Millwood really improve in the next couple of weeks. They're without Miko Levine, who's one of their best players. He's committed to North Texas. He didn't play tonight. Jaden Nickens didn't play in the first quarter. They're going to be better. Looks like they've got some depth at quarterback with Woods. Turnbull looked better in the second half. And playing here against Heritage Hall is a tall task for any team in the state. I don't care what classification you're in. It's a difficult task.
Well, very impressed with Heritage Hall for sure. I don't see a ton of weaknesses on this team. They've got a lot of depth. They're good up front. They have the star and Bass, obviously, a lot of great skill players.
That'll do it for our entire crew here tonight. Adam, any final thoughts?
Just an overall impressive performance by Heritage Hall, as we expected. Just really great on both sides. I was really impressed, obviously, with the skill guys, all the different types of players they get involved in the offensive end, and super impressed with what they have up front on both sides. And for Millwood, I'm with you. I think Millwood's got a bright season ahead of them, dealing with some injuries here early. But, I think there's going to be a lot of people that run into this similar outcome when they play Heritage Hall.
Chargers go to Clinton next week. Millwood will take on Douglas in the Soul Bowl rivalry. That'll do it for the Squirtle Game of the Week. We'll see you next time, 47-24 Heritage Hall over Millwood.